What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to This Week in Esports Gaming for the second week of March 2022. I'm your host, Mark, and I took a week off. I had spring break. Yes, I'm a student still. I enjoyed my spring break. Thank you very much for asking. I went to Seattle and San Diego. Very great cities. I enjoyed it a lot. So let's get right into This Week in Esports and all the news that happened. For our first top 3 story, ESL Gaming and Qualcomm partner up to make the newly named Snapdragon Pro series that will basically have all regions of mobile gaming except South America. So this begins in April of this year, and there will be part of the multi-year agreement between both entities and will feature a total prize pool that is $2 million, which is awesome. It's supposed to be a multi-genre esports competition. It seems to replace the previous esports competition that ESL had previously, which I think was the AT&T Mobile Open. So the main thing people are curious about is the fact that they left out South America, which is a huge market for mobile. Lots of revenue comes in from South American markets, so that's potentially lost revenue, lost players and competitors there as well. So I'm thinking they probably didn't find the lifetime value of these players or fans to be high enough to be worth the cost. That also being said, logistically, the language barrier is pretty high between these regions, right? Because they speak Spanish and Portuguese down there in South America in a lot of those countries, so maybe they didn't want to enter there. Regardless, Qualcomm, they've done quite a few things within the esports gaming space as far as sponsorships go, so I think it's a really good show for them to actually push more into the mobile side of things where they are strong in. Call of Duty Warzone is coming to mobile, so Activision will publish the title with the development actually being done by Digital Legends, which Activision Blizzard actually did acquire last year for this specific purpose. So they're currently hiring for dev roles, which is network programmers, UI artists, producers, product managers, and more on their actual website. So you can apply for those jobs at Activision Blizzard if you want. So far, there's no release date or any info about the timeline, so I don't expect this to come out anytime soon. But the main 2 things here to notice are that they're bringing a top-notch game to mobile, which is a great win for mobile as well. And Call of Duty Mobile, for reference, I think you have 500 million downloads. So it's a huge reach expansion for Warzone as a franchise in general. Warzone, I mean, it's only been out for a little bit, but is a huge game on PC and consoles. So bringing it to mobile is huge for them. Secondly, it's not made by Timmy Studios, and Timmy Studios is an outsourced studio from Activision Blizzard. So now they have this in-house studio, which is a big change, which means they have a lot more option to actually change a game and customize it as they do roll these things out, because it's under the same banner as the actual publisher themselves. I don't think it will be cross-platform. I think that's key to watch out for in regards to player retention, right? Because if you're a mobile player, first time ever playing Warzone, you're getting smoked by someone on PC or console, you're probably never going to play the game again. So I don't think there's going to be cross-platform. Maybe enable that option later on that Activision is going to do, but we'll see if they actually do that. I'm also hoping that there's an esports scene for Warzone, because that would be really exciting to see other types of mobile esports come out, especially for the battle royale scene, because PUBG Mobile has been really dominant lately, but I'm excited to see hopefully Warzone comes out with some esports for mobile. Ontario, they launched a $1 million esports scholarship program. Students studying things related to game design, development, marketing, and innovation that may, lead to a career in the field of esports and gaming can actually participate in this program starting this fall. So this is the first province in Canada to recognize the educational value of esports design and development, and they're really putting money behind the initiative to support it, which I think is awesome. I dig that governments are actually working with educations and educational institutions specifically to push this forward, and I especially like that this isn't focused on the core esports player. I think there's a lot of people who aspire to be esports players, but there's a lot more jobs and opportunities out there for behind the scenes things like marketing, like development, like community management, things like that are more realistic maybe for the esports fan who might not be the best at their specific game. And so they're really doing a great job of involving this in the educational aspect, right? And hoping that this inspires other Canadian provinces and other United States as well, or states in the US to perhaps do something similar to this. Obviously, we've seen North Carolina and their government invest into esports for their universities and things like that. So I'm hoping we'll see more of this come place in the country that I currently am in. As far as partnerships go, Misfits Gaming Group partnered with blockchain company Tezos. Tezos will be the official blockchain partner for Misfits and include marquee branding and sponsorship rights. They'll help with Misfits Gaming Group launch its blockchain and gaming platform called Blockborn. Giants Gaming partner with Burger King Spain. So this is a very typical partnership that has jersey placement, logos on social media, and content to happen between the 2 parties soon. One Team partnered with the LCS Players Association, and this marks the first time One Team have done a licensing deal in esports. They will provide the LCS players with licensing opportunities that are similar to ones seen in the traditional sports industry, which I think is a good step for esports. They will also have group licensing deals for the LCS players as well. Enemy Gaming partnered with the game Herd. They will collaborate on content series, community building, and collegiate initiatives and development of potential co-branded live events. They celebrate International Women's Day, and they'll stay active throughout 2022 in their partnership supporting women in the gaming and esports space. For finance and M&A, Makers Fund raised $500 million. The company has used previous funds to invest in over 90 companies, including Dream Games, Avia Games, Genvid, as well as PiePacker. And the firm has stated that the funds will be used to invest in founders that are, quote unquote, evolving and innovating the ecosystem from product inception all the way to globally scaling their studios. Loco raised a $42 million Series A. The round was led by Hash with participation from Crafton, Makers Fund, Catamaran Ventures, Lumikai, Hero Capital, and Korea Investment Partners. Loco stated that it will use the funds to further accelerate its streaming technology and content initiatives. Scopely invested $20 million into Burlingame Studios. With this, they partnered with Burlingame as well to use their Playgami tech platform that supports an optimal game-making process for devs. Griffin Gaming Partners raised $750 million, and with this makes them the largest games-focused venture capital fund ever, with over $1 billion in its two funds. They're primarily investing in social platforms and Web3 companies related to games like Discord, AppLovin, and Spike Games. Playwin Games raised $4 million in a round led by Garena. Funds will be used to help the studios grow up since they're making casual mobile social games. A lot of workforce changes this week. Roberto Barrera joins Netflix as the head of game strategy. He spent the last 11 years at PlayStation, where he was most recently the senior director of corporate strategy. Big title there. Barrera was the head of strategic analytics for the firm's gaming streaming platform PlayStation Now before as well, which will help him a lot because he has experience with subscriptions, and that's highly valuable to Netflix given their foray into gaming. Nick Earl joins 𝗖𝗶 Games as the senior advisor. He has over 30 years of experience from Glue Mobile to EA to Kabam. His focus in the past specifically was on mobile games, which makes sense since 𝗖𝗶 Games focuses on mobile gambling games. Tyler Keenan was promoted to SVP of Partnerships and Revenue at Overactive Media. He was with Overactive Media for about 3 years before his promotion and has worked at Nike Canada for around 10 years prior to that. Jen Neal joins Riot Games as a senior communications strategist. Jen has lots of experience in sports writing before moving to Immortals to handle PR and comms. She was most recently with The Story Mob as an associate communications director and will now be overseeing League, Wild Rift, and Valorant communications as well. Mitchell Lawrence Smith joins Anbox as the chief content officer. While he's previously been working with Anbox for the past couple months, I do want to cover him right now. He was previously with 3 Black Dot for around 3 years doing development and production, so he has lots of experience in the entertainment space as well. Almuth Makowiak has been promoted at PUBG Corporation from community manager to lead of EU community development at PUBG Corporation, where Almuth spent 4 years previously in that role. From what I've seen, the game is more popular in Europe than any other region, so it makes sense to focus on developing the EU community. Ben Watley joins Polygon Technology as the Senior Director of Gaming. He most recently spent 3 years at EA on their competitive gaming brand and will now be working alongside Ryan Wyatt at Polygon. He has worked at Suver 𝗶𝗶 Mega Corp in the past and was at Echo Fox and Gangstars as well on the esports side. Jacob Mendel joins Playtek as the President of Blockchain Technology. Mendel was previously leading blockchain initiatives at Intel and JP Morgan and will be leveraging his blockchain expertise at Playtek to explore opportunities for growth in GameFi and the web sector. Charlotte Kennedy joins Blast as the Managing Director of Blast Premier. Specifically, her focus is on growth and delivery as Blast looks to maintain and enhance its production as well as tournament operations and approach to fan engagement. She previously worked for 7 years at Arsenal FC as its Director of Business Development. Brian Yu joined Galaxy Interactive as the co-head of gaming. He's been an advisor to a wide range of game-related companies, including mobile, console, and PC platforms across both the West and in Asia. He will be tasked with strengthening and expanding the firm's global operations. Jay Moses joins Grid Esports as an advisor who will push Grid's data platform to the gaming sector and work towards educating publishers on the potential of data assets. He has over 25 years of experience in gaming, with over 13 of them being at Take-Two Interactive. No new stuff this week. Thank you so much for tuning into This Week in Esports and Gaming. Credit to the brands and authors themselves for the images and info provided. If you know someone who finds this valuable, please tag them down below or share this with your network. And as always, have a great day, everybody.